I want to take you back now to our earlier story. Allegations that Saudi Arabia has hacked the phone of Amazon boss and Washington Post owner Jeff Bezos. UN Special Rapporteur Agnes Callamard is calling for an investigation, and she joins us now from New York. I want to first of all get from you an indication of how convincing the forensic evidence supplied thus far is.
So the initial expert who conducted the forensic investigation concluded with medium to high certainty that the source of the hacking was a video file sent to Mr. Bezos through WhatsApp from an account owned by the Crown Prince. We subsequently, David Kay and I, have asked independent experts to review the findings of the initial team of experts, and they too have reached a similar level of conclusion as the initial forensic study. I would want to point out that the fact that it is so difficult for forensic experts with an incredible means at their disposal to reach 100% certainty over the source of the hacking, that should be a wake-up call to all of us here, that we are confronting a technology and an industry that is extremely difficult to trace, even with the best and highest resources at our disposal.
Can I just clarify here now? So there have been two separate investigations into this forensic evidence that are now delivering the same finding, medium to high certainty that Saudi Arabia is involved, or only one investigation thus far?
Only one investigation. You need to understand the phone is evidence. The phone was given to the initial team of forensic experts who were also vetted by the US government to undertake an investigation into the phone of Mr. Bezos. The expert we have contacted to review the forensic studies were not able to access the phone. The phone is evidence. The phone is not accessible to people like me.
Would you require some other entity, another organisation, to independently investigate this, get access to the phone and investigate that? And which organisation are you talking about?
I will certainly welcome for the phone to be yet again forensically investigated, but based on the initial finding of the first team and based on the conclusions from the independent expert we contacted who reviewed the forensic study, I doubt very much that we will reach a higher level of certainty regarding the source of the hacking. This is why, again, I want to insist that we are looking at a form of malware and at a technology that is extremely, let me insist upon that, extremely difficult to trace with our current level of knowledge and technology know-how.
And Saudi Arabia, we have to point out, is denying that it was involved at all.
Yes, Saudi Arabia has denied, and this is why David Kay and I are now calling for a more all-encompassing investigation into the hacking and the surveillance, not only of Jeff Bezos, but more generally of those that over the last year or two have been repeatedly said to be the victims of hacking on the part of Saudi Arabia.
And of course, this is, on the face of it, linked to the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, who wrote for the Washington Post, which is owned by Jeff Bezos. You investigated that Khashoggi killing. There were a lot of raised eyebrows after the ultimate trial and the conviction and sentencing of people involved in it. But what do these allegations now, that Saudi Arabia is involved in hacking Jeff Bezos, what do they tell us about Saudi Arabia, and what does it tell us about Mohammed bin Salman, the leader in light of the investigation already, as I say, into the killing of Jamal Khashoggi?
Look, I would rather not comment on, on what it tells us about Mohammed bin Salman. What I would like to point to is the fact that those allegations place the Crown Prince at the center of a campaign of hacking, surveillance, and intimidation. That's the first thing. In my view, based on my work related to the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, those allegations today reinforce the call I have made for a thorough, independent investigation into the mastermind behind the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, and particularly an investigation into the nature and extent of the responsibilities at the highest level of the state, including by Mohammed bin Salman. The fact that Mr. Bezos' phone was targeted and hacked at a time when Jamal Khashoggi was writing for the Washington Post very critical pieces reinforce the relationship between the hacking and the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, a relationship that had already been established through the hacking of Jamal's associate Omar Benaziz.
Agnes Callamard, UN Special Rapporteur, thank you again for giving us your time.
Thank you very much.